This is a video on how to repair the top roller guide on a bifold door. If your wood is split or the hole is worn out, watch the video I have on how to fix the top pivot on a bifold door. You can use the same directions for the wheel side. I bought these as a pack of 2 for $3.11. So they're really cheap, but they're also made really cheap. The original wheel that came out of the door broke in 2 places. It broke around the center and around the outer edge here, as you can see here. I could just pop a new roller in, but I'm renting this house out and I don't want to have the door torn up because renters just kept using the door after the cheap roller broke. So I'm going to replace the wheel material with something a little stronger. The downside of this is that the new roller doesn't really roll, but it doesn't really need to anyway, because it fits in the track so loose that it's more like a guide than a roller. By the way, the pin, this is actually a pin, this is a roller, and this is a roller without the wheel on it. You can see that they're really the same thing. They just pop this plastic wheel. It comes off pretty easy. They just slip it over the head of a pin and then they ding it in a few places to make it a little harder for this wheel to pop off. So there's really no difference in them. Alright, my track allows for anything with an outer diameter greater than 5/8 and less than 7/8 to be used as a wheel. So I bought a PEX toilet connector with a diameter of 13/16 for $2.69. Now that's more than a roller cost, but at least it's stronger and it'll last longer. Please leave me a comment if you find something else that will work just as well. The wheel pops off pretty easy. So if the wheel hasn't totally come off of your old one, you can just pry it off with a screwdriver, something like that. Then just file these dings off of the head with a file, or you can use an extra pin if you have one because they're interchangeable. And I noticed that the roller on my door was not going all the way up in the track, so the new roller that I'm making, I'm going to make it a little bit taller than this one, probably about 1/16 of an inch taller. So I'm only going to trim about 1/16 of an inch off of the head of this PEX. It's a little hard to show on the video, so I'm going to go do that and then I'll come back. Okay, so I've trimmed it down. I just used my razor knife and trimmed it down. If you're trying to make yours the same height as the original, you'll probably need to cut off more like 1/8 off of the top of the PEX connector. Don't make the height of the new wheel any shorter than the height of the pin, the head of the pin. If you do, the head of this pin may hit the screws that are in the top of the track as it's going back and forth. Alright, next take your razor knife. It's maybe a little hard to see. This hole's just a little bit too small to easily fit over the head of the pin. So just take your razor knife at an angle and trim just a little bit out of here to make it kind of a funnel shape in that first little bit. So then you just take your razor knife, and I'm going to do this off camera again, but just run it around the edge here and you cut this head off of the PEX pipe. Make it nice and smooth so it won't hang up on anything when it's going around in the track. So this is my new wheel. This is the last step, so this is a good time to ask you to subscribe to my channel and to hit the thumbs up and leave any questions or comments you might have. Take your pin that you've filed the burrs off of, the dings off of, hold it with a pair of pliers so you can get more leverage, then put your new wheel on a countertop or good firm surface, and then you just line it up and press it together. It is a pretty snug fit once you get it in there. If for some reason you need to get it back off, maybe you need to trim a little bit of the height off of the bottom of the wheel here, it's a snug fit, but you can slip a little thin screwdriver in here and work it on off of there so that you can readjust it. And that's it. All you got to do now is pop it back in the door and it's ready to go. Thanks for watching.